Yeah,
Got him
let's
here
throw to,
now. Our
let's throw to
chief
Tom.
election analyst Tom Connell standing by with the early numbers. Good evening to you, Tom.
Yeah, good evening to you and the panel, Kieran. It is in. Rowville East is in. This is quite interesting for a couple of reasons. I'm going to draw your attention before we get to the numbers. Total votes, 688. Total votes here last time, nearly 1,000. So the vote does look significantly down. And we know it hasn't all just gone to pre-poll. That's down about 25%. So that tells you we're going to see a much lower turnout compared to 92%. Where's the vote going so far? Rowena Campbell, yes, is polling the most on that primary sense. Let's go here, though, to the percentages. And again, this is a really significant booth because it's very similar to the result last time. It was 53.7% last time for Alan Tudge. And remember, the margin is sitting on 52.8, so quite representative. So a couple of things to note. The primary Liberal Party, yes, it's pretty strong. We're going to see those preferences flow, look roughly 90-10, a little bit worse than that. The Greens are quite disciplined in that way, the Greens voters. So you can give nearly 9% there to the Labor Party and get them up to about 43, 44. A point or two go to the Liberal Party. So they're clearly ahead on that. But Mayor Tessa as well will help out Rowena Campbell. We don't know quite how much. She's an untested candidate, but she's a Libertarian. So how much will that flow? We don't have two-party preferred right now, but you can guess that will put Rowena Campbell a little bit further ahead. In other words, Owen Miller, by the way, is going to be a left voter, a candidate that will help out Labor a little bit. In other words, I think this is tracking pretty similarly, back of an envelope sort of maths to how it was last time at that 53 sort of 47. We do want to see those preference flows and how they all work out. I'll hit this button in case they are there. Well, there you go. It's saying 57-42, which surprises me a little bit that it's that much. I can see the total number of votes there doesn't actually add up to the total votes here. I'm going to assume that number's not right. I'm going to assume it's not 57. I did press the button thinking we didn't have the number. It might be some old data. So let's stick with this. I think this looks like a pretty similar result in this booth of Rowville East so far, which does show you this election's not going to be an easy Liberal Party win so far in these very early numbers in a smaller booth, but let's take this as an indication. But that Labor's still somewhat in the contest. And also, the other big one, as I said, this is definitely going to be a low turnout election, maybe even with a 7 in front of it, if this sort of trend continues. Kieran?